So despite the weakness what is being flashed in a smaller time frame, despite the rejection which you had around 69,000, I want you guys to look at the bigger picture, because if we simply zoom out and look at the bigger picture, you can see guys, the price of Bitcoin looks like preparing itself for another bullish move which could easily bring us towards the new all-time high. Yes, you heard that correctly guys. The price of Bitcoin right now is flashing us a very interesting scenario. And before we jump into the content, before we dive into the scenarios, please do me a favor and destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now, first thing first, let's look at this Bitcoin dominance chart, because a month ago when we were talking about this Bitcoin dominance chart, I showed you with this horizontal trend line. Once this horizontal trend line resistance gets broken, the upcoming days for Bitcoin is going to be very bullish. And now if you monitor this price movement, which has already broken out of this horizontal trend line, which was around 57-58%, where is our next area of confluence? Above 70%. Yes guys, the Bitcoin dominant chart has clearly broken out of this horizontal trend line, which could be triggering another continuation here above 70%. And you know, if that happens, holding Bitcoin compared to altcoins could be very profitable. And not just only because the dominant chart is breaking out. If you simply look at the price action of Bitcoin using this Fibonacci line and 200-week moving average in a monthly time frame, you can see guys, before turning bullish, before turning completely parabolic, what has the price of Bitcoin done? Before, the price of Bitcoin has broken the resistance from this 0.5.618 Fibonacci line. I mean, if we'll take the Fibonacci from this high till this low, you can see guys, the bull market only started when the price overcame the resistance in between 0.5.618 Fibonacci line. Same thing happened here from this high till this low. If you take the Fibonacci line, you can see 0.5.618 rejected us, but as soon as the price broke out of it, an actual parabolic move started. If you look at this from 2018, same thing happened here as well, from this high till this low. If you look at this Fibonacci retracement line, you can see 0.5.618 Fibonacci got retested, which rejected us. We got thrown back towards this 200-week moving average. And once we found support over 200-week moving average, once we broke the resistance from this 0.5.618 Fibonacci line, an actual parabolic move started. So what I'm trying to pinpoint here is that in our case, if you look at this Fibonacci line from this high till this low, you can see price has already broken out of the 0.5.618 Fibonacci line, and same Fibonacci line also got retested, which actually has support. Now looking at this past price action, if we are going to follow this exact scenario one more time, you can see breaking out from this 0.5.618 Fibonacci line, holding above 200-week moving average, could be preparing ourselves for another continuation to the upside. So that's why in a monthly time frame, if you look at this Fibonacci line, if we look at this 200 weekly moving average, you can see we are clearly above it, which also shows us the upcoming days for Bitcoin is expected to be bullish. And beside this example, even if we look at this Bitcoin ETF flow table, you can see institution money is flowing in. I mean, if we look at this from 23rd of October, $192.4 million inflow. 24th of October, $188 million inflow. 25th of October, $402 million inflow. So you can see institutions are getting in. So there is nothing to worry about, in my opinion. I mean, even if the price starts showing weakness, as I've been very clear with you guys, that might be just a temporary pullback before expecting another continuation here to the upside. Because if you look at this price action using this bull flag formation, this pullback here is still above the upper trend line, which could be a preparation for another continuation here to the upside. So according to this descending channel, according to this bull flag, price remaining above this upper trend line could be a preparation for another continuation here to the upside. Because we are aware, beside this descending channel breakout, even according to this descending broadening wedge, since we have already overcome this key line of resistance which also acted as support, now this could be a preparation for a continuation like this. And even if it fails, let's suppose market collapse price of Bitcoin starts showing another continuation here to the downside, even in the worst case scenario here in a bigger picture, you can see we have support above 50,000 for Bitcoin. So if that happens, if the worst case scenario plays out, this price range 50 to 60,000 could be a great buying opportunity, because in the past price action, you can see after testing this rising trend line, the price of Bitcoin has turned very bullish. So even if the worst case scenario plays out, I have been very clear with you guys, that could be a great buying opportunity, because indicators are also turning bullish. Despite this bull market support band, even the MACD in a weekly time frame has turned bullish, and in the past price action, when we had a very similar cross in MACD, it resulted in a new all-time high. So I personally think the price of Bitcoin here could be also preparing for another all-time high. And now, beside this example, even with the help of this Bollinger Band, you can see guys, this Bollinger Band is also clearly pointing us any sort of a pullback, any sort of a weakness could be just a temporary weakness before expecting another continuation like this. I mean, price of Bitcoin is above this center line or the basis line, and we know during uptrend, this center line or the baseline acts as support, which has resulted in some bullish moves. So in our case, if the price of Bitcoin remains above 60,000, right, you know, it could be a preparation for another continuation here like this. So in a daily time frame, in a weekly time frame, you can see the price of Bitcoin still looks very bullish. But if you look at this here in a smaller time frame using this pivot range indicator, this pivot range is a very important indicator guys, because it's a leading indicator which gives us information beforehand. And according to this leading indicator, you can see price has already found support above this October CPR. Price has also tested the monthly arrow line, and you know this scenario only happens during uptrend. I mean, price of Bitcoin has formed a new CPR for the month of October, which is an ascending CPR. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that since the price of Bitcoin for the month of October has formed an ascending CPR, has retested R1 line, now any sort of a pullback like this could be just a temporary pullback, because price remaining above 60,000 or closing the monthly candle above 60,000 means we could be forming an ascending CPR, and ascending CPR only gets formed during uptrend. So looking into different time frame, looking into different scenarios, pullback in the medium short term could be just a temporary pullback, so there is nothing to worry about. Yes guys, any sort of a pullback but price still remains over 60,000 means a great buying opportunity in my opinion, because any sort of a pullback, just like what I showed you here, could be just a temporary pullback, and right after that we are going to continue with this actual impulsive move, because in a bigger picture there is nothing to worry about. So guys, in case of doubt, I suggest you to simply zoom out. So these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.